I ain't got no dough. Hello everyone, it's Christina Burke and I'm the founder of the school Via Akzenta. You know what I'm saying? Sup bro? Today's topic is, what the hell is the American accent? The bad news is that we can talk about the American accent all day because there's so many things about it that are so unique, and it's such a strange way of speaking. And America is such a big country. There's so many different states where it's spoken in a slightly different way or a completely different way. No. I'm not going to talk about it all day, but I'm going to show you about 5 to 6 different aspects of the standard American accent, the way it's spoken today by young people and older people, pretty much by anyone. And I believe that it is the most specific way to put it, so to give you a clearer perspective on what the modern American accent is. I'm not going to talk about the broadcaster American English, which is perfect. It's one of those perfect examples of the beautiful American dialect, the way the broadcasters talk on the radio or the way people talk on TV. Ladies and gentlemen, it's usually a very, very deep, well-enunciated voice. Today I'm not going to talk about it because I want to show you some little quirks and specifics that are very important to remember about when you are aiming to reduce your accent or sound more natural. Let's go. Oh, what was I talking about? Oh, yes. Alright, so, well, first and foremost, you need to learn to stretch your vowels, because the vowels that a lot of languages have, they're just short. You know, a lot of languages don't stretch their vowels, and that's the problem. That's where a lot of accents come from when it comes to speaking the American English. For example, there are 2 E's in American English. There are 2 I's. There are 2 O's. There are 3 A's. And the major difference between these vowels is their length. You know, the good old example, shit and sheet. When I say sheet, I stretch my lips, I stretch my mouth into in a smile. And have you noticed that when I say sheet, it's a little bit longer than when I say shit. Shit is a quick way to say one word and I say shit, and then there's sheet. I take my time and I stretch my mouth in a nice smile. And that is the difference. You need to learn to differentiate the long vowels and short vowels. And then when you figure out which ones are long, you need to take your time and really stretch them. So when I'm going to give you a few examples when you're trying to say something quick, let's say you're ordering food. This is my favorite example, my favorite sentence. You cannot divide the words into separate ones because it's going to sound robotic and it's going to sound foreign and unnatural. For example, I'm going to order a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. Yeah, I already did it. I'm going to order it like this. Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll? Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll? It sounds like a tongue twister. It sounds out of control. It sounds crazy, but this is pretty much the most common thing I used to hear back in New York when I worked at an American diner and people were ordering this terrible sandwich for breakfast. It was bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. There's not a single person who said bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. Everybody would jump in and say, can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll? And when I was, fresh in America, I couldn't really quite grasp the meaning of that sentence at first. So therefore, make sure you link all the words together. Let's take a look at a few more examples. Can I get a coffee? Can I get a coffee? Can I get a book? Can I get a glass of water? Can I get a glass of water? Glass of water, glass of water. Can I get a glass of water? Just link them together. Put them into the same basket. Let's maybe think of one more example. Let's get out of town. Let's get out of town. Let's get out of town. I'm not going to say let's get out of town. I'm going to say let's get out of town. Let's get out of town. Let's get out of town. So the second conclusion is connect all the words together into one thread. There you go. That's a good word. Okay. Now, third aspect. Laziness. I'm sorry, dear American people, but I think you're kind of lazy when you talk. It's very rare that, Americans just like really, enunciate very well and pronounce each word very clearly. This never happens. I'm sorry, guys. Not only do you connect all the words together real quick, like you're in a super hurry, but also a lot of words are pronounced in a really lazy way. Like this. I don't know. What was that? It was, I don't know. A lot of people say, I don't know. 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 I even heard, I don't know. What was that? It wasn't even a word, right? Other ones, instead of saying what's up, it's already so short, people say sup, sup. They hardly even open their mouths. They just say, hey, sup. I'm gonna go. I am going to go turns into I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. What was that, right? So that was number 3. And then number 4. Good old American accent is known for a very, very strong R sound. I think the R sound is kind of like one of the most important sounds if you want to sound American, because I always had a feeling that it's kind of like the American pride to say that R so in such a juicy way, right? Because it really makes the American accent different from British or Australian or New Zealand or even Canadian a little bit. So therefore, the more you pronounce your R, the brighter you make it, the more American you're going to come across. So please make sure that words that end in R's or have them in the middle or anywhere always have those R's really, really bright. You have to fall in love with the R sound. Imagine that it's your favorite sound. I know it's really difficult for some of you, but the more you enjoy the process of saying it, the better for you. The R sound is formed in your mouth by rolling your tongue backwards. And if some of you have a hard time saying the R still with your tongue rolled like that, just help yourself with your lips. This is a good old tip that I always share with my students. The more you do this and then roll your R backwards, the stronger it's gonna sound, and that's kind of what you're going for. You gotta make it sound juicy. Make it real juicy, real juicy. Also, another trick is to maybe mock some American people, if you're really not comfortable saying it, you feel kind of weird or, like unfamiliar with the sound, pick a person who makes this R sound super funny and ridiculously well pronounced, and then make fun of this person, and then it's going to become second nature. Let's practice some words with the R sound. Right, 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 right. World, 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 world. Around, 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 around. ridiculous. It's ridiculous, 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 ridiculous. Finally, the American accent and culture in general are known for smiley people. So you have to learn to smile big and genuine, so people don't think you're upset or sad about something. That was my experience when I first moved to the States. I was just kind of like neutral. I was just kind of, you know, keeping my poker face on so people don't think I'm too happy or, you know. And a lot of people would come up to me and ask me, hey, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? Are you upset about something? Did I do something wrong? So please learn to smile more. Not only will it help you open up more and people will kind of, you know, trust you more or think you're just a happier person, but also it's going to tremendously help your pronunciation. The two sounds that need the smile on your face are E, like cheese, like feast, and feed, and least, at least, and a trillion other words. So this smile on your face really, really helps your accent. And also I noticed that when I talk like this, it's kind of just like it automatically puts my face into the right position for a lot of other sounds as well. So, and the second important sound that requires you to stretch your mouth like this is the ing sound. If you don't want to sound like a gangster, you don't walk around saying in, like I've heard a lot of students do, like going. I say how's it going because I think it's kind of funny and I want to sound a little more casual. But in general, it's not recommended that you say in, especially if you are not sure exactly how to do it. So I recommend that you say the ing words by stretching your mouth into a smile. And let's take a look at a few words. Going, sitting. See, it's so easy now. Sitting, going, eating. 5 conclusions about the specifics of the American accent, what to expect. So don't freak out when you notice something like this. It's normal. So number 1 is the American vowels are either long or short, so you need to remember that because it's a whole other world of sounds. Shorter sounds, longer sounds. Now, there are a lot of connections in the American speech. Everything is kind of put together. So instead of saying, can I get a, you say, can I get a. Then a lot of Americans talk really lazy. And a lot of times you're not gonna understand one word or another because it's simply pronounced in a very chewy way. Be prepared to not understand certain words, and you're more than welcome to ask this person to repeat whatever they said in order for you to avoid miscommunication. Then the American R sound is extremely important and extremely strong. If you want to sound more American, of course, you need to practice how to make it more juicy and more, powerful. I hope you learned something new today. It's a sunny day in California. It's a sunny day in Southern California every single day. Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe to my page, and I'll see you next time. This was Christina Burke, the founder of the School Bez Akcenta. And I'm like, it's like what, like,